Good morning. This is Bob speaking to you from my farmette in the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia. It's just a great day here. We've got a little bit of hazy sun, and I think the temperature right now is about 5 degrees Celsius, so it's not uncomfortable to work. I've got my tools with me today. I've got my pruning saw, which cost me a fortune. I forget what it's called. Oh yes, a silky saw. And I have my pruners here. They're pretty dirty actually. I should have cleaned them up, but I just didn't take the time this morning. I've got a couple of projects to do this morning. The first of which is on my apple tree here, my Macintosh. As I said before, it's my favorite tree, and I do like to try to take care of it as best I can. You'll notice that right here, there's a large limb that's going directly across my access to the center of the tree, so I'm afraid that one's going to have to come off. Now, I'm going to take care, it's loaded, it's just absolutely loaded with fruiting buds, but, well, midsummer when I want to get in there and do some work, that's always in my way. It's been a frustration, so here it goes. There we go. Just as quick as that. Now my summers won't be nearly as frustrating. That's opened up that whole part of the tree. Yeah, I did lose potentially a lot of fruit, but I think it'll be better for the tree. Second project today, you'll notice up here there's a whole lot of water shoots. All of those are water shoots, and I need to collect my scions now. As I said, we've had temperatures around 5 degrees. Well, the sap's going to start to run. They are dormant, I think, but they're not really in deep dormancy. So I'm going to harvest a whole bunch of Macintosh scions today and store them away for a month and a half, maybe a little more than that even, and graft them off this later in the spring. So bear with me here, only take me a minute. There we go. I think this is enough. Keep me going all spring, and my gosh, the snow's deep. You know, it's about 2 feet deep. I've got it packed down here pretty good, but it's really hard to walk. So I brought some plastic bags down and labeled them, and I'll snip these all up and have them for the spring. But you don't want to watch me do that. So what I'm going to do is just stick them in the snow, and I'll do that after I've turned the camera off. So that's my second project. Now the third one here, I'll have to stop the camera and reposition it so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here you'll see that I have a cherry tree. Now that cherry tree is not very tall. Well, I guess it's probably maybe 15 feet tall. But it's 35 years old. It's a dwarf, and it does fruit well, but at the bottom it's dying really badly. And a lot of the fruit is way too high. I can't go up a ladder, so the birds end up getting it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take off some of those higher branches and maybe force this tree to send up rootstock so I can at least save it before it dies. So I'll just cut a few branches here and then see if I can find some scion wood off it. Well, I noticed that the wood on the inside is nice and green. So, you know, maybe the tree is okay. Well, that opened that up a little bit. I'll have to clean those branches up later. I don't see any scion wood on that little tree. I guess maybe it's a little worse off than what I thought it was. You know, it's been struggling. If you can see down at the bottom there, maybe you can't, but it's in pretty bad shape. Not sure why that's happening. Down there at the bottom of that tree, it's zoom in a little bit. You can see it's not in good shape. Well, anyway, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to trudge back up to the house now and deal with my scion wood. Might see you around next time for another project. Bye-bye.